Have you ever come home after a busy day and, worried, rushed to check your blood pressure? If so, you should know that this is one of the most common mistakes and it can completely distort the results. When we're agitated, our bodies are still in alert mode, which directly impacts blood pressure readings. It's like trying to gauge the temperature of a pan right after taking it off the stove. The numbers will be elevated and far from accurate. The good news is that this is easy to fix. Before taking your blood pressure, sit in a calm and comfortable place. Take a few deep breaths and wait at least 5 minutes to let your body return to a state of rest. This time allows your heart rate to slow down, ensuring a much more accurate reading. Another valuable tip is to avoid distractions. Put your phone aside and choose a quiet environment. If possible, close your eyes for a few seconds while you wait, focusing solely on your breathing. This not only helps with the measurement, but also contributes to your overall well-being. By following this first step, you're already on the right track to avoid misinterpretations of your numbers and take better care of your health. Now that you're relaxed, let's move on to the next critical point: how to choose the ideal device for measuring your blood pressure at home. Now that you're calm and ready to measure your blood pressure, here comes an important question. Are you using the right device? It may seem like a small detail, but the choice of equipment makes all the difference. Think of the device as a compass. If it's uncalibrated or unsuitable, it won't guide you in the right direction. Blood pressure monitors are mainly divided into two types: arm monitors and wrist monitors. While wrist monitors are more convenient, they are known for providing less accurate readings, especially if not used correctly. Arm monitors with adjustable cuffs, on the other hand, are widely recommended by doctors because of their reliability. They provide more consistent results as long as they are used properly. But how do you choose the best model? First, opt for a device approved by health authorities and with a quality certification. Second, check if it has an adjustable cuff and an easy-to-read display. This makes it easier to use and understand the results. Another key point is calibrating the device. Even the best equipment can fail over time. It's important to take it to a clinic or trusted pharmacy for regular adjustments. And don't forget to check the batteries. Something as simple as this can interfere with the device's functionality. Now that you know how to choose and maintain your equipment, let's talk about something equally crucial: posture. After all, what's the point of having the best device if your body position is wrong? Let's explore this in the next section. Now that you're relaxed and have chosen the right device, it's time to talk about posture. Believe it or not, the way you position your body during the measurement makes a huge difference. It's like following a recipe. If the measurements aren't precise, the result won't turn out as expected. One of the most common mistakes is measuring your blood pressure with crossed legs or without properly supporting your arm. This practice can compress blood vessels, raising the numbers even though your blood pressure isn't actually high. And who hasn't slipped up on this one? The correct posture starts with your feet. They should be flat on the floor with no leg crossing. Sit on a comfortable chair with your back fully supported. Now, pay attention to your arm. It should be relaxed and supported at heart level. If the arm is too low or too high, the reading can be off. The cuff also deserves attention. Make sure it's properly adjusted around your arm, not too tight or too loose. The cuff should cover about 80% of your arm for a reliable reading. One extra tip: keep your palm facing upward and avoid moving or talking during the measurement. Any movement can interfere with the results. Now that you're sitting correctly and ready for an accurate reading, let's dive into another critical point: habits that can directly interfere with blood pressure measurement. Don't miss the next section. Now that you're in the ideal position, let's talk about something that can ruin the whole process: external interferences. Even with the best device and perfect posture, certain habits before measurement can mess up the results and give you an unnecessary scare. A very common mistake is checking your blood pressure right after drinking coffee or smoking. Both are stimulants that can temporarily elevate your blood pressure, even if your overall state is normal. Imagine your blood pressure as a calm lake. Drinking coffee or smoking is like tossing a stone into that lake. The numbers spike and the calm disappears. Another frequent interference is measuring your blood pressure immediately after exercising. While physical activity is great for your health, your body needs time to return to a resting state for an accurate reading. Wait at least 30 minutes after exercise, especially if it was intense. Additionally, environmental factors can be silent disruptors. Being in an overly cold or hot room can momentarily alter your blood pressure. That's why it's important to measure in a comfortable and stable temperature environment. Avoiding these interferences is simple but requires attention. Make a mental checklist before measuring. No coffee, no cigarettes, no recent exercise, and a quiet, comfortable environment. This way, you'll get a much more reliable reading. With these adjustments, you've already eliminated a large portion of common errors. Now, let's discuss the ideal frequency and consistency for measurement, two factors that can turn your health monitoring into a much more effective practice. Stay with me. Now that you've addressed external interferences and are prepared for an accurate reading, let's focus on the frequency and consistency of measurements. This is where even the most diligent individuals can sometimes falter. Imagine taking your blood pressure several times a day at different hours without any consistent pattern. This doesn't just create confusion, it can also increase anxiety, which in itself can elevate the readings. This cycle of constant monitoring, what we call hyper-observation, can do more harm than good. The best approach is to establish a clear routine. Select two fixed times to measure your blood pressure, in the morning before any medication or meals, and at night after a period of rest. These times are ideal because your body is more stable, providing more reliable readings. And what if you need to measure it more than once in the same session? That's okay, but there's a rule. Wait at least 1 to 2 minutes between measurements to allow your blood vessels to reset. This also prevents the cuff from compressing the same area repeatedly, which could skew the results. Another important point, maintain consistency in your measurement conditions. Always use the same arm, usually the left, unless otherwise directed by your doctor, and ensure that the environment is consistent each time you measure. By keeping a regular schedule and standardizing conditions, you'll build a dependable record to monitor your health and share with your doctor. And speaking of clarity, in the next section, we'll tackle the most frequently asked questions and additional tips to resolve common challenges when measuring your blood pressure. Don't miss it. Here's the section that sparks the most curiosity: answering frequently asked questions and sharing additional tips that can make a significant difference when measuring your blood pressure. After all, small questions can sometimes lead to big issues. Let's clarify. 1. How do I calibrate my device? This is a common and crucial question. An uncalibrated device can produce completely inaccurate readings. At specialized calibration should be done. Pharmacies. The process involves comparing your device's readings to those of professional-grade equipment to ensure alignment. Schedule a device checkup at least once a year. It deserves as much care as you do. 2. Do I need to switch arms for the second reading? The short answer is no. As long as the initially chosen arm is appropriate and the position is correct. Switching arms unnecessarily can introduce unhelpful variations. Only in specific cases, such as those recommended by your doctor, is this switch advisable. And if you're measuring again on the same arm, remember to wait 1 to 2 minutes between readings. 3. Do temperature changes affect my blood pressure? Absolutely. Cold weather can constrict blood vessels, raising your blood pressure, while heat can dilate them, lowering it. That's why it's crucial to measure your pressure in a comfortable, stable temperature environment. Avoid extremes for more accurate readings. 4. When should I change my device's batteries? This is a small detail that often goes unnoticed. Replace the batteries if you notice inconsistent readings or signs of a weak display. Regularly checking and replacing batteries ensures the device functions properly and avoids unnecessary errors. Additional tips: keep a log of your readings. Recording results helps identify patterns and track changes in your blood pressure over time. If you're using a digital monitor, take time to read the manual and understand all its features. Many people don't utilize helpful tools like memory storage or automatic alerts, and most importantly, don't panic over a single outlier reading. If your result seems abnormal, relax, wait a moment, and take another measurement. Persistent concerns should always be discussed with your doctor. With these answers and extra tips, you're now better equipped to avoid mistakes and safeguard your health. Finally, let's wrap up with a summary of key takeaways and a call to action. We've reached the end of this comprehensive guide on the 7 common mistakes in measuring blood pressure at home. I hope each tip has clarified your doubts and helped resolve common issues that might compromise your result. Monitoring your blood pressure correctly isn't just a routine, it's an act of care for your health and well-being. To recap, we covered the importance of relaxing before measuring, choosing the right device, adopting proper posture, avoiding interferences, maintaining consistency, and answering frequently asked questions. Each of these steps is like a piece of a puzzle that, when properly aligned, gives you reliable readings and peace of mind. Now, I'd like to invite you to share your experience. Which of these tips was most useful to you? Have you made any of these mistakes? How do you measure your blood pressure in your daily routine? Your story might help others take better care of themselves. If this video has helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Share it with friends and family who might benefit from these insights. After all, caring for heart health is something that deserves attention and love. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next video where we'll bring even more valuable tips for your health and performance. Take care and see you soon.